Hello, this is Charting Man Dan of TheChartGuys, where we teach the little guy and girl how to utilize charts to manage their own trades and investments. What do I mean by the little guy and girl? Well, we just had two directives signed halting the implementation of a rule that requires financial advisors to act in the best interests of their client. Let that sink in a little bit. The big wigs on Wall Street can play with your retirement and hard-earned money without your best interests at heart. We currently have hundreds of members taking charge of their financial future, and we would love for you to come check out a free week with no credit card required to see if our services would be beneficial on your path to financial independence as well. What we offer, we have a separate course of over 5 hours in length on when to enter and exit positions. And in terms of what we do daily, we have nightly videos, key levels updated each morning before the bell, 2.5 hours of live daily webcam coverage in the morning and in the afternoon, and over 7 hours of educational videos. All of these links can be found in the description of this video. Come check us out. Thanks for watching. Let's get on to the technical analysis. Checking in on YELP GWPH PCLN NVDA and TSLA. So YELP is another inside candlestick, and we have our higher low established, but we are still not seeing any follow through to the upside on this bounce. So we've got resistance of 34.16 and 34.88. The bulls need to see a break of the high of today to see a bull break of that inside candlestick by getting over 33.98 tomorrow. Bulls really need to prove themselves here because the bears have been in full control since the earnings. We have our little higher low, must get that higher high to see this bullish MACD cross follow through and to see this oversold bounce try and get any kind of momentum. As of right now, this weekly chart is still showing weakness. The 50-week moving average support is 33.24 holding, but this 4-period exponential has rejected the price the last 2 weeks. That's at 34.32. So the bulls must see a break of 34.88 to get our higher low and higher high to have any kind of momentum on this bounce. Otherwise, the bulls need to be very cautious. And if you are trying to play this oversold bounce, stop losses absolutely need to be in place. I would put mine just below 32.97. And if we see lower lows, that would stop me out. GWPH bulls back in control. Look at the volume. Bear volume declining, bull volume increasing. Back over the middle Bollinger Band, our new low, higher low is established at 126. We've got resistance of 130.89, and then I'm looking up at 133.30. Weekly time frame absolutely still favoring the bulls. They're holding exponential support. We are seeing upper Bollinger Band resistance, but the bulls are maintaining very strong. And as long as this weekly middle Bollinger Band holds, the bulls hold control of this long-term trend. And this middle Bollinger Band is beginning to level out, and it's going to begin ascending in the near-term future. And that can only help the bulls if we continue to hold it. It's going to drive the price to the upside. So GWPH bulls, biotech bulls having a nice strong day today. We have our clear higher lows. Want to see a more convincing break of 133.30. This big upper wick was a little bit of a fluke on some news that certainly didn't hold weight. So bulls looking to hold 126 for the rest of the week. PCLN bull flag confirmed with a new all-time high. Only a new all-time high by just over $1, so not entirely convincing at this point, but obviously the momentum with the volume favoring the bulls. 1720 is our new very key support. Personally, I would not be going bearish on PCLN until that level broke because it is a blue sky bull, because we are holding the weekly upper Bollinger Band support to remain in breakout mode, and this is the first time we've closed above this weekly upper Bollinger Band 2 weeks in a row, pending how the next 2 days go. But unless we see a pullback of $15+, we will hold this upper Bollinger Band on the weekly time frame for the second week in a row. So not going to disregard that as well. The bulls have some nice momentum. 1750 psychological resistance, right where that new all-time high is. We'll see if the bulls have continuation, and this occurred on a weak market day today, so that is worth watching as well. PCLN just did it. NVDA, new lower high set. We were scouting a bearish entry on NVDA. We had a lot of clear signals on the 5-minute time frame. The first one was a double top with the all-time high. The second one, or not the all-time high, the high of the day, 101.30. We had a top at 101.30, 101.27, and 101.25. We held the 20-period 5-minute moving average support on 6 tests throughout the morning. On a gap up, if you do not hold that 20-period 5-minute moving average support, we likely see profit taking and the beginnings of that gap filling. So we lost that 20-period moving average support later in the morning. That was signal number 2 to go bearish. And then from there, the bears controlled the entirety of the day. Closing down at the low, gap filled to the downside, and we now have a new lower high on the daily time frame at 101.30. That's our new resistance level. So another bearish entry, scouting those bearish entries because the volume for the bears has been far outweighing the bull volume. It's just lower highs and lower lows. New lower high has been set. Weekly rejecting from the middle Bollinger Band of 98.21. We are actually still holding it by a couple pennies, but the bears want to see a close below 98.21 this week. That's the goal, and they do have momentum. 2 trading days left to go, but as of right now, weakness on the daily time frame. All about 98.21 by the end of this week. Tesla on the daily time frame continuing to see weakness as well. It too set another lower high at 253.89. Now heading back down towards our low support. 245.32 and 242.01 are supports. Exponential resistances driving the price to the downside. Volume picking up a little bit on these bearish days. So the Tesla bears do still have control on the daily time frame, losing the 50-day moving average support and the weekly time frame rejecting from these exponential resistances. The bears want to see as weak a close as possible, ideally down around 240. So we'll see if we get some bearish follow through on NVDA and Tesla. PCLN, GWPH looking good for the bulls on the daily, and YELP still very weak, very tight range, needs some follow through back to the $34 range. I appreciate you watching, and we'll check back in after the close tomorrow. See you then.